I'm not. I'm rebuking that. I'm rebuking that energy. Keep that away from me. No. I don't care if I didn't grow up in the castle. I'm sure as hell gonna build it. And you ain't about to change that for me, boo. Be good, though. Be blessed. Be blessed. Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another video. For all of those who are new, my name is Haley Gamba, and every single week, I like to provide you guys with a girl chat. Of course, I do other videos throughout the week that have more to do with self-care, but I want to do a girl chat every single week that will really help boost your confidence and propel your journey in following your dreams. So today's video is essentially about ditching all of your limiting beliefs and realizing that you deserve to win. It is your winning season. Life is truly about perception, which is why I believe that a lot of people do not have the life that they dreamed of, because their perception is negative, especially when it pertains to their own personal life. We truly are the architects of our own reality, and when you start to realize that you have the ability to grow and prosper and win and become successful, whether that's in love, career, finding out yourself more, becoming the best to your ability, there are so many ways to win in life, and you have to truly believe it in order for it to be true. Being too much of a realist can truly push you into depression. I'm not saying to live in a delusional reality, because obviously I don't think that that's sustainable, but be a little bit delusional. Let's just be for real. Sometimes our life circumstances are pretty shitty. We don't have the life that we want. We don't have the friends. We don't have the family that we want. We don't have the car, the house. It can be extremely taxing on your emotions to have this type of realization. But I believe that if you change your perception and you become a little bit more delusional, you start to become the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of, because however you show up is how and what will happen for you. You will see your life transform in the way that you've always desired with your daily routine habits and thoughts. The first thing you have to acknowledge in your journey of trying to pursue a winning season is you have to give yourself permission to do so. I think a lot of us don't actually think that we are in charge of our lives. We blame other things as to the reason why our life is shitty, but in reality, a huge percentage of your life's circumstances are because of you. And the day you stop blaming other people for why your life turned out a certain way will be the day that you can just move on and propel and prosper, which is to me like chef's kiss. Are you the person who constantly belittles yourself and is super negative and is wondering why your life has not changed? Well, that could be the reason. I'm gonna give you guys tips today on how to enter your winning season gracefully. If you've been failing for a long time, losing as they would call it, just know it kind of built grit in you. It's good to lose. I think it's necessary in your journey of winning, because I don't know, I don't think that people appreciate their winning journey as much if they haven't failed at something in life. There's always like that one person that you look at from the distance and you're like, you just never fall on your ass, huh? And it's like, they will eventually, they will. And they might not handle it as good as someone who falls on their ass often. So look at that as a sign and a blessing that for those who have experienced some sort of failures or just not 100% had a smooth sailing life, you're going to enter a winning season a lot more gracefully and a lot more humbly. So look at it that way. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And also follow me on Instagram, if you guys want to be a part of my aesthetic. I wore pink in my most recent photo, and I'm wearing pink today. So love that for me. But yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. And yeah, let's just get into today's video. Okay, before getting started, I want to also mention that a harsh reality, actually no, I think this is a comforting reality. A comforting reality truth is that nobody knows what they're doing. Literally not one. So don't let your ignorance be the reason that you're not going to take on this journey. I think a lot of us think that everyone who has a really great life just has it all figured out. Oh my God, they're so smart. They must read 400 books a day. They must wake up at 6 a.m. Yes, I think a lot of them do really magnificent things. But there are a lot of people who live pretty regular people lives, and what has gotten them to their success in winning, whether, like I said, it's in romantic love, career, your life in general. It could be in friendships, career. Did I say career already? I think I did. It could be in a lot of things. A lot of them just were delusional and allowed themselves to accept their fate, which was what they designed it to be. I do believe that there is such thing as fate, but our fate, a lot of the times, is the life we created for ourselves. So I wanted to put that out there. Nobody knows what they're doing, so allow yourself to just welcome. This particular video is all about welcoming in positivity, love, light, happiness, success with open arms. I don't want you guys to think that because you haven't been set up a certain way in life or you don't know everything that there is to know, that means that you can't have it. No, that is not true. You are allowed. You need to give yourself permission. Okay? Okay. Also, I wanted to mention as well that this is a lot of your own inner thoughts. My videos, I don't believe are going to be anything that profound that you're learning, but I have found in my own healing journey, growing journey, and success journey that when people reiterate things for me in a way that I can't articulate them myself sometimes, it's like a light bulb goes off in my head, like, oh my God, really? And a lot of times we know these things already, but we need the reiteration to propel the journey. So let me be that for you today. In order to win, you have to accept your flaws. Your flaws will guide you, will make you who you are. You are original. You are regular in the best way. Regular in the best way. You don't need to be perfect to win in life. You just need to be you. Okay, first thing in winning and entering your winning season is to stop comparing yourself to others and others' journeys. This will be so bad for you. You cannot enter a winning season with the mentality of, oh, well, did this person do it this way? Or maybe if I tweaked it like that person. No, this is your journey. You are in a race with yourself. You are in your own lane. Focus on that. This is not about what so-and-so did on their journey or how and what. Granted, I do believe tips and tricks can really help you, but this is your own personal thing, your own personal story. And when you focus on yourself and focus on your own life, you're going to see that things are going to move a lot quicker. I also wanted to add that a lot of people think that change takes forever and goal setting and seeing results takes forever. I'm here to tell y'all that's a lie. You need to understand that small changes in habits each day can change your life like drastically in a month, in 2 weeks. You could go to the gym every single day for 2 weeks and see results. So remind yourself that whenever you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I want to do this, it's going to take a long time. It's not, but you have to be patient and you have to just look at it as a day-by-day thing. Okay, number 2 is to fearlessly show up and commit to your goals. You need to walk into this chapter in your life without fear. I think a lot of us are stumped and kind of hitting like that plateau in our growing journey because we are fearful. We are fearful of the unknown. We are fearful of meeting new people. We are fearful of doing things that we're not really 100% sure if we're super educated on. It could be a multitude of things. Whatever you're trying to win at, life, success, business, love, you need to go into it fearlessly. This will allow you to accept it faster. Being fearful and stunting your growth in that aspect will only push things further away. There was this TikTok that I heard that I really loved, and it was talking about an animal. I don't remember the actual animal, if it was like a moose or a ram. I will put it on the screen if I can remember, but essentially it was saying that this animal fears the rain, it hates storms, and the animal has mastered running directly towards the storm because they know that that's where the least impact is. That if they were to run away from the storm, that the impact would be a lot greater. And I found that to be so profound that we have to run fearlessly into some things that we're not sure of, whether it's things that we know are kind of scary and hard or things that we just don't know are what's going to happen. And it's so good to have that like mentality because the further you run away from what you want or what you fear, the harder things are going to be for you. The harder life is going to be for you. So allow yourself to fearlessly grow. Commit to your goals, commit to your challenges, commit to your healing, and this will allow you to win. It's just going to, because you're going to just have a stronger sense of self. Okay, number 3. Have humility. Those with the sauce are not trying to be cool. Remember that. What I mean by this is you cannot enter a winning season thinking you're too good, you're too great, I don't need to do this, I don't need to learn that, and you also find that you have a hard time accepting truths, even if the truth sometimes hurts. Have a little bit of humility, please and thank you, okay? You need to accept all emotions, all feelings, and learn from them. Learn from them. This is not your time to be Miss Perfect. This isn't your time to be Miss Know-It-All. You're not. You don't know everything. That's the best part about winning, is realizing that, yeah, I've won, but you're never going to truly feel like you fully won because you have humility. You're not better than that person or that person or that person. You're just better than your yesterday's self. And that is so important. So enter it with a lot of humility. Be humble. Those who got it like that are not trying to be cool, are not trying to be the best. They are just trying to be better than yesterday for themselves. They're only in competition with them, and they also give themselves grace. Number 4, instead of focusing on what you don't have or what you currently are set up without, let's highlight the things that we do have and use them as our superpowers. Hi, let's use the things that we do have as our superpowers. What are some things that we naturally have? Think about it for a second. You have your wisdom. However wise you are at this point, use it to your advantage. You have your self-control. You have your mindset. You have your freedom. You have your intuition. These are all things that you can use as your superpowers. For instance, how can I use my intuition as a superpower to win in life? Well, let's just use the relationship winning as one of my goals, right? I'm going to allow my intuition to tell me when someone is or isn't good for me. Use your intuition as your superpower. Do not ignore your intuition. Do not ignore your gut. Don't ignore the things that God gave you the right to have, whether it's your work ethic, your intuition, and all of the other things, your courage, your ability to control certain things in your life and to also relinquish some control in others. You have to allow yourself to use the things that you know you have, the things that you know are great about yourself, and make them even greater. And then eventually over time, the things that you do not have will probably just come with time. Number 5, rejection is redirection. And it's the biggest blessing. There's nothing better than being rejected. I know it hurts. You know, it feels like an ego, like a strike to your ego, because you're like, what the hell? Why would I be rejected? Whether it's in business, love, or it could be a lot of different things that can happen to you. Look at it as a redirection and be grateful that you were rejected. There are so many people who fight their intuition, or they fight their truths, and they're like, no, I'm not going to allow this. And then they're continuously going down a vicious cycle of not hearing the answer. Listen to it again. Sometimes we get an answer and we choose not to hear it. We're not doing that. Rejection is redirection. If you've been rejected and that's the answer, redirect. Pivot. The greatest and strongest women pivot in life. My mom did it. She trained me to do it. I'm now doing it in life. No matter what circumstances are thrown my way, I pivot if the circumstance is not for me. And I find that my quickness to pivot has allowed more blessings to come. When I do not accept my reality, when I do not accept the truth, the rejection becomes greater and it becomes a storm cloud over your head. You not accepting the answer will only just bring you back and back and back, and it won't propel you forward. In order to win, you have to accept the answer. I did say early on that we need to create our own reality in ways, but that is only as it pertains to our own life. Other people are not a part of this journey. So if you've been rejected in business, by a boyfriend, by a girlfriend, by a family member, you can't change their mind. They've already made up their mind. You need to redirect, and that will be your biggest superpower as well. Number 6, there is power in your imagination. Do you remember when we were kids and we would just lay in bed and we would hear Santa on the roof? We would hear the reindeers pitter-patting. Oh my God, I heard him. Or when you lose your tooth and in the middle of the night you felt like a little like feeling on your finger and you were able to like close your eyes and picture exactly what the tooth fairy looks like. Bring yourself back to the mindset you had as a child. Having a powerful imagination will truly help and guide your journey to winning. You need to imagine you've already won. You need to imagine what that looks like. Does it look like somebody who sleeps until 2 p.m.? No. What is happening? Why are we sleeping until 2 p.m. as adults? That's not a thing, okay? And I'm not speaking for people who work overnights. I'm speaking for people who do regular people jobs and sleep till 2 p.m. at 26. No, we're not doing that. You need to imagine what a person who won does, what their daily habits are, what they do when it comes to mindset. How do they prepare for bed? How do they treat their mornings? Every single time you're curious as to what that looks like, imagine it. Imagine it. And this will help you significantly. I remember when I wanted to start having the life I have now, I would literally pretend like I already had it. I bought the clothes I knew I wanted to wear, granted on a budget, girl. I used the products that I knew I wanted to discuss, and I was really, really, really putting forth the efforts to be the girl that I wanted to be. I wasn't living in my negativity and sulking in it and continuously doing the vicious cycle of belittling myself and berating myself for all the things I don't have. What I did was I pretended as if I already was that girl, showed up as her every day, and it changed my life. Seriously, I look around my life constantly and I'm like, girl, you did that. You did that. And you want to know how I did it? By having imagination, by pretending, by giving myself the tools that I needed to get there, with also keeping that positive aura and energy around me that allowed me to not let external influences taint and poison my journey. You're going to learn when entering a winning season, and this is my closing statement, you're going to realize that majority of people rather be victims of their reality. They rather live in negativity, and they also want you to be a part of it too. So you have to be super careful and mindful as to whom is a part of your life when you're going through these journeys, and also whose opinions you do validate and whose you do take very meaningfully. You need to approach this journey like it's rare, like it's different, like it's not something that's done often, because truly it's not. If that was the case, then you would notice that everyone around you is just winning and living and being the best. Like, no, let's just call it what it is. Majority of people that you know are not tapping into that. Granted, my friends are, because I've chosen to surround myself with people who remind me of me in that aspect, but it took me a while to get here. I used to surround myself with people who were extremely negative and didn't look at life that way, and were very jaded and had a negative perspective on how life was supposed to go. And, oh, well, I was brought up this way, so that's just how my life's going to be forever. I'm not. I'm rebuking that. I'm rebuking that energy. Keep that away from me. No. I don't care if I didn't grow up in the castle. I'm sure as hell gonna build it. And you ain't about to change that for me, boo. Be good, though. Be blessed. Be blessed. Remember, you're the one writing your story. This is not you being written in somebody else's book as a supporting character. You are the main character of your story. Start acting like it and show up as her. Now have a blessed Sunday. I love you guys so much. And I hope that everyone gets to win. It's a really fun experience, and it's a never-ending experience if you let it be. So, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And stay tuned for next week's Girls Chat. I love you guys so much. Mwah.